Hey there, it's David Cinelli here, Realtor with Royal LePage Signature. Well, the stats are out for May 2021 for the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, and we broke another record. So let's jump to the numbers. This market continues to baffle us as the rules for the trends we've seen in the past no longer apply in this pandemic market. In the past, the months of April and May usually had the most amount of sales you would see for the whole year. But true to form, 2021 is performing much different. This past month in May, we had 11,951 sales, which was roughly around 7,400 more sales this year than we saw in May of last year. But last year at this time, we were just in the midst of the pandemic. Therefore, both the April and May numbers really suffered. This April and May, there was a slight ebb in sales when you compare it to the peak we saw in March of this year. However, the sales we saw this month is still well above the May average sale number we've seen in the past 10 years when you look at the period between 2010 and 2019. For your information, the record amount of sales in May occurred in 2016, where there was 12,789 sales, which was still less than the peak that we saw in March of this year. When looking at all major home types, it was the detached segment that took the lion's share of the number of sales this past May, followed by condos, then townhomes, and then semi-detached homes. With the number of sales having a slight dip this past couple of months, how did the average sale price fare in the GTA? Well, you may be surprised, but we have a new record high for average sale price. The average sale price this May across all major home types was $1,108,453. This represents a 1.62% increase when you compare it to average sale price of April. A detached home in the GTA will fetch you around $1.4 million as an average sale price. A semi-detached, well, it's just around $1.1 million, and if you are looking to either buy or sell a townhome, we're looking just under $900,000. The condo segment continues to rebound nicely as we've seen average sale price increases in both the 416 and the 905 areas. This is definitely the segment that we want to watch as we expect continual growth to happen in the next few months. Overall, the market is still staying strong, but we are seeing signs of normalization. It is no longer the feeding frenzy we saw earlier this year with a crazy amount of offers at any home as soon as it hits the market. We are still seeing multiple offers happen in many homes, but now the sellers are receiving only a handful of offers, which is a little bit easier to manage. With the signs of this normalization in the market, we are hearing less and less that the Toronto real estate market is in a bubble and is about to burst. Instead, economists are looking at the market as a whole, and they are trying to determine why we are having such good returns. The biggest culprit still remains low interest rate as it gives purchasers more buying power. And the new stress test that was implemented on June 1st seems to have little impact on most buyers. The other factor which is leading to the growth in the market is population growth. In the past few years, Toronto has become a global player and it's attracting a lot of people. However, we have not had the amount of new builds to satisfy this demand. And in fact, the amount of new builds we currently have is the same that we had about 20 years ago, which we didn't even have this population growth. So unless there is a mass exodus out of the city or there is a huge construction boom, the market will continue to grow as economists believe that demand is not satisfied. If you're thinking of selling or you just want to see how your home is performing in this new pandemic world, you can always call or text me at 416-876-9998 or email me at dcinelli@royallepage.ca. Have a great day. Bye.